Boom. Do do ba ba bum bum ba da 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 bum bum bum. This is my musical intro. Oh man. Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in. It is the Wednesday Night Live chat. We do this on Wednesdays, as it is duly noted. Hope everybody is having a fantastic night. Thank you for hopping in with us. Thank you for saying stopping by. Everybody who's coming on into the chat, getting your silly sauce on tonight and joining us. It's much appreciated. Thank you for stopping on by, everybody. Whether you're part of the Twitch fam, the YouTube fam, whether you're part of us on Twitter, wherever you're watching it from, thank you for stopping by. It is much appreciated, and appreciate all your support to all our platforms. And you know, this night is kind of a free for all, you know, a smorgasbord, if you will. When it goes off, you know, we just kind of take your questions, take your comments, and we roll with it, you know. So it's kind of driven by you. We'll go in the direction you guys want to go to. And you know, we've been going like an hour plus every single Wednesday or so. So that's what we're gonna do tonight, man. That's what we're going to do tonight. Let's see. I'm just checking one thing out, and then we'll wrap right into this thing. Let's see. What the hell was I looking for? Well, everybody get in here too. What the hell? All right. F it. Let's get to it. Spit's starting up. He's saying, I'm a regular texter and Twitchers can go straight to hell. That is not how I wanted to start tonight off, Spitz. I mean, come on, bro. You're throwing the first haymaker. Zib is saying, so Kyle Lowry is wearing number 7. Get Gogi's blessing. I don't know if that's a comment or if that's a question. I haven't seen that he's wearing number 7. You could be right. I'm not doubting you. You know, the last time I remember them taking this long with a number was actually Jimmy, and it was like a huge mystery. What number is he going to wear? Because like one of the numbers that he had come from Minnesota, he was wearing 23, and he had that retired for Michael Jordan for whatever stupid reason that is. That's so annoying. I hate it so much. And then his other number was 21, but that was Whiteside's number, so I don't feel like they wanted to keep that going. So it was like a long wait, and it finally landed on 22. But yeah, I think that is the reason it's taking so long. I don't think they really do want to issue it out. I think they do want to try and I don't know anything. I have no knowledge. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it would be done right because they already gave out PJs and Markieff more. Why wouldn't Kyle Lowry get his number if they didn't want to hold it on for Gogi? So I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. Slim. I'm sorry. I know that gives you the willies. Do you know anything about UD's cannabis company? I don't. I heard about it. I heard it about it on the Duncan Robinson podcast, but I have no knowledge of it. But good for him. Good for him. Should have a strand called Bose. Let's see. Trevor, did you hear Zazlow calling you out? I did hear him call me out, and quite frankly, I've never been more convinced that Zazlow left his show early to poop. You know, he's like, you know, he heard from Leroy that I had said, oh, I think that he left the show to poop. And he thought that this is a great defense. Well, you know that I don't poop in a public restroom. Yeah, I know. That's why I think you left. I don't think he computed, you know, he's getting very old and feeble in his old age, getting very feeble-minded. You know, he's forgetting things. He's a lot like Dick Stockton, Zazlow, Dick Stockton. They're kind of samesies. And I don't think he computed that I was saying, like, no, dude, I think you left your radio show to go home to take a dump. I know you don't poop. That's exactly like You boxed yourself in. You trapped yourself. So the exact reason that I think you didn't do the last hour of your show yesterday was because you took I would say 25-minute drive to your house. I don't know how long exactly it takes to get to Cooper City from our place, because you wanted to go to the bathroom in your own bathroom. It was not like and he's like thinking that, oh, I have a lock stock defense here of, oh, I would never go. Dude, if you went to the bathroom like a human in public places, especially your common workplace, why the hell would you miss an hour of your radio show? Why would I think that? I don't obviously think that you would miss an hour of radio because you had the bubble guts. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So he doesn't think he thinks like, oh, I outfoxed him. When really all you did was outbox yourself, dude. You boxed in. So anyway, this is a fantastic thing. It's not a medical condition. It was like, listen, I was going to play your song today, Slim. We were doing so much poop talk. I felt like I would, but I think I'm going to play it tomorrow because it's so obvious that he left the show early to poop. It's clear as day. Raf, Xavier Howard getting burned by Ridley. Robbie was right. Fat cat syndrome. Listen, he got toasted. He got roasty toasty. That was a rough video that they put up. But listen, eye for an eye. You know, is Jalen Waddle. He got Falcons, dude. So you giveth, you taketh. It just happens. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not too worried about Xavier Howard. I don't think he's gonna be complete fat cat syndrome. But yeah, he got spun around on that one, dude. He got spun around on that one. I don't know what to, it's a rough video. Somebody was asking me, he was like, hey, where's the Ridley video? Like I was hiding it. Like I was hiding like government files. Like, dude, I wasn't there. Like, there's a lot going on at Dolphins practice day. There's 2 fields going on. I'm looking for Marino's handsome face. I'm not focused on the football, so I didn't see it. I didn't get footage of it. I'm not burying the Xavier Howard footage. It's on the Falcons website. You can go and check it out. Ashat. What's up, Tobin? Hey, what's up, man? Oh, man. It's our Pua. We're Pua the program. Rondo, Patrick Beverly, buyout market. Which one would you rather have? Man, if I had to choose between Rondo and Patrick Beverly, I think I would rather just get John Crotty out of retirement because 2 of the guys I like least in the league, Rajon Rondo and Patrick Beverly. Like, do I have to take every type of do I have to take every backup point guard because they're a backup point guard? Like Patrick Beverly, I mean, Heat fans have been falling for Patrick Beverly forever. No thanks. Hey, the guy who shoves people when they're walking away, that guy, nah. And Rajon Rondo, kick the sharpest of rocks. Rondo, Derrick Rose, Patrick Beverly, not into it. Sorry. More egregious. This is a great question. More egregious, leaving the show to poop or to join another radio show? I gotta say, highlight guy, I'm gonna go with leaving to do another radio show. Just out of surprise. I like, if it would have been like a little bit of prep, I would have been like, all right. And if it would have been like, and there's certain radio shows, like if he was asked to go on, I don't know, ESPN radio or national CBS radio, cool. But he's going on with Ken Carman in Cleveland. Like, what are you doing? So I got to be honest. If I'm honest, I'm going to go with actually leaving your show to do another radio show. But he only missed a segment. He didn't miss an hour of radio. So I think one is a more egregious reason, but the time balances out the crime. Oh, man. Game Boy's throwing haymakers at the YouTubers. What a joke. Myth Merc, who's the producer tonight? I don't have a producer tonight. It's just me, dude. What do you think? I have Marcos living in my garage. I'm in my garage, dude. It's just doing it. What else we got? Petty is strong with you. I am who I am. I don't apologize for it, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have to like every solution. Hey, I don't have to like every solution. I don't have to look at it and be like, oh man. I like you don't Leroy's got some. He's like, oh, you don't want to make your team better? Not at every expense. I don't. No, actually, is my reason I have to have Rajon Rondo on the team. I'll pass. We'll figure it out. We'll have to find another way. It happens. Bam Adebayo checking in. What's up, Bam? Do you think Spo should let me take some threes this year so Brook Lopez can come outside the paint to guard me? I would love to let him. I would love you to be allowed to shoot some threes this year. I would love that to be. I would love that to be a thing. So I hope he does. I would love to see that beautiful shot of yours go out there. Let's see. Let's see. How was the SDI pod last night in your opinion? I enjoyed it. The only thing that sucks is Robbie's internet. He's got to get that fixed. Big TV producer now. It's time to upgrade that data, dude. You're not making that cheapskey Odyssey money. You need to be you're not on that same rate anymore. So I think you need to I think since you're out here producing for Instagram models and whatever the hell you're doing off in Miami, update that data package. Let's get that going, huh? Let's make that a thing. Because you need your people demand it. Robbie got his internet is bad, man. Yes, that's really Bam, and I'm really Bernie. Well, hello, Bernie. We're talking about you today. Talking about Santa Bernie. It was great. F the NBA with their stupid Christmas games. You want to know something? I'm enjoying my Christmas just fine. And so sorry that we got, all of a sudden the Heat's level of having to make Christmas is make it to the finals. Everybody else, the Hawks, they make it to the Eastern Conference. Oh, good for the Hawks. Oh, the Knicks, they won a playoff game. Let's put them in Christmas. They're idiot Mecca fans. Boston, they have Peyton Pritchard. Let's put them on Christmas. Just different standards. It's ridiculous. Because all these teams are the same. He'd actually add an all-star, a little bit of intrigue to their team. Any Christmas? No. You know something? I'm not celebrating your Christmas, NBA. I'm making my own damn Christmas. Ridiculous. Whatever happened to the Mesa brothers? I think that they're both still in the league. They are both still in the they're both still in pro baseball. I think the last I checked that Victor Mesa was like hitting under 200. I could check right now. Let's do us a little Marlins, huh? Victor Mesa. I think his brother's actually been doing pretty decent, but his younger brother is I think better than he is. That was a big deal. Yeah, that was like the first big Marlins splash was Victor Mesa. Oh, we got Victor Mesa. Let's see. Victor Mesa. All right. 2021. All right. He's played for two teams. He's hitting 215 this year with an on-base percentage of 300, and he's slugging 300. And he has 3 home runs on the season. He has played for the Pensacola Wahoos, and he's played for the Beloit Snappers. So there's your Victor Mesa update for the day, everybody. Big winner. Big winner. Dun, 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 dun. Is it still hard times for Macho Lawsman? Definitely is. Definitely is. You and Leroy should invade Hawk and Crowder's Canes watch party on September 4th. I didn't even know they were doing that. When is this? So that'd be a Saturday. I don't know. Go down to Dave and Buster's. Could just enjoy it on my couch. I do like Dave and Buster's. It's a 3:30 game. Could bring the kiddies, but then I'd have to not, watch them. And I don't know. Maybe. Probably not, though, dude. Probably not. Do you ever feel bad for jacking Zaslow's morning show? Nope. I do not. He had a great run. Those two kids, those crazy kids, Zazlow and Amber and Romberg, they had a good run. It was there's nothing, no shame in that game. They had a tremendous morning show run, longer than anybody at 7-9. The ticket, I believe, has had that gig. There's no need to feel bad. We've now been doing morning drive for 2 years. Love it. I love having like the rest of the day to go do stuff. It's been fantastic. And and we're still cool. So, and I think he likes it too. It's not like anybody got the heave-ho or anything like. Well, I guess Beast did. So that's hard times. But on his side, nobody did. Romberg, that whole thing was kind of like, it was kind of a domino effect of it all happening. I don't think if Romberg had the whole thing stay, probably they would have stayed on as the morning show. If I had to guess. Let's see. What baseball stadium do you want to go to next? Man, that's a good question. What baseball stadium do I want to go to next? Let's see. I've been to the Giants Stadium. I've been to Yankee Stadium. Been to overrated Fenway Park. I've been to Citi Field. I've been to Camden Yards. I really don't have that much of a desire to go to Wrigley. Sorry, Trevor. Just like Fenway. I'd much rather go to a newer ballpark than an old ballpark. What are there baseball ghosts here? No thanks. How about I get some decent food and some bathrooms that work? He'd go to Arizona, Atlanta, and Chicago. Atlanta? Really? F the Braves, bro. Let's see. Chad, how much do you think Bam and Tyler will average? Man, I'm so bad at this type of stuff, man. Let me bring up his numbers from last year so I can give a much better guess for you. All right, so Bam last year averaged 18, let's just call it 19 points, 18.7, 19. So he averaged 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. I'm going to say that Bam averages 22 points a game this year. I think 9 rebounds is about where he'll stay. And let's get saucy and say he averages 6 assists. And for Tyler, I don't really care what he averages for points, but I really, really want to see the 3-point percentage go up from last year. Even though it ended up being pretty good, I ended up being pretty decent from where it was at the end of the year. So he ended the year on kind of a hot streak. He really shot 30. I felt like it was worse last year. He shot 36%, but I feel like he could be so much better. Like, boy wonder with his bag and all that type of stuff. Like I'd like him being more where he was his rookie year, like that 39%. But yeah, if Tyler gives you like 16, 17 a game this year, he averaged 15 last year, I'm still cool with that. Just more careful with the ball, maybe a little bit more efficient from the floor. Just everything, just a little bit more of a steady improvement from him. Let's see. What else we got? So the Dolphins trade future draft capital to beef up their O-line. I think they got to see how this thing rolls out. I don't know who the running back is that's available that you could do that. You're saying running back core too, just because, man, they could have taken. They had their pick of the litter. You literally could have had any running back you want to, and you went with pass rusher. And hopefully Jalen Phillips ends up being a monster, but that was all right there for you. And I kind of feel like, hopefully if you have the season that you do next year, although you don't have your own pick next year, do you? They traded that one to the Eagles. Should be on the Eagles pick. Point is, there'll be a good running back to take next year if that's, still a hole, and that's a way they want to go. Hopefully they're still not trying to patchwork together this O-line. But yeah, man, it wasn't a good practice today. I was out of practice, and a lot of sacks. And listen, it's not like true football because they do let up when they get to the quarterback. So it's not like, Tua's not really scrambling for his life. Like, it's not that sense of urgency. But yeah, like Austin Jackson's getting his ass kicked. Tua's kind of chewing him out. And it was happening a lot. A lot of plays were not going well for the O-line, which is disappointing because they went very young with that last year. And this year they're kind of, they're still very young. Liam Eichenberg saying like Jesse Davis is the leader of the offensive line. It's like, all respect to Jesse Davis, but the guy's a utility lineman. But you used a first round pick on Austin Jackson, looking shaky. Solomon Kinley, was starting for you this year. Now he's a backup. Robert Hunt is one that I think everybody kind of feels good about because they found the position for him. Dieter has been here for 3 years, has been a non-factor. Now all of a sudden he's the starting center. And Liam Eichenberg is a rookie. So it's not looking very promising right now. But I feel like if you use all of that draft capital now, it's not like they have a washed offensive line. Like these are all young guys. You've already used draft capital on them and pretty recent draft capital. So I don't think you could do that right now. Do you think that Waddle will make Robbie eat his hat? I do. I do. I do. I think he's good, man. I mean, like he's fast as hell, breaking ankles out there. I will say though that Kyle Pitts looks like you saw a little bit of him today, and he's a monster. I'm not gonna deny that. The guy looks like an absolute specimen and a freak. Let's see. Oh, Schmeeth and Schmolnick checking in. If I'm honest, these Celsius bets y'all do are absolutely bum ass. We didn't do a Celsius bet though. We have a good bet. The Ryan Fitzpatrick bet. Like I think that was what the bet was for Tebow. But it's just like it's not a bet that I want to invest a lot in, Schmeeth. And like not everything can be the Crow bet, my friend. Not everything can be that. And then the over under, like let me tell you something. You may think it's bum ass, but that's real money that I got to spend. Those cases are like $50 a piece. So they may feel bum ass to you because they're not great humiliations, but I tell you what, they hurt your wallet. And then when you win and you don't have to buy these things at the supermarket for a week, it's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. So not everything can be a humiliating escapade. Sometimes we got to do bets, but just have a little honor on it. Not just our pride. Let's see. Will Tyler be gone by the trade deadline? I mean, I would say only if like the Dame thing becomes a thing. Otherwise, I don't think so. I think they're gonna hope that he keeps improving. And unless it's for, an Orca that becomes available, no, I don't think he's going to be gone. I think he's going to be playing. Let's see. You should do a bet. Losers got to do a heat culture workout. We did something like that, Trevor. We did this thing called the Pat Riley where I had to go work out at a YMCA in a suit. And it was a really hilarious video. I think it got taken down for music rights. So I don't know if you could find it anywhere. It might be up on my YouTube page still. I think it might be. If it's not, maybe I'll repost it as like a throwback for tomorrow. Did you like to see that Tua was chewing him out? Austin Jackson. Ooh, bubbly. Yeah, I did. I think he has to. It has to be his team. And he's been doing a lot of that. Like he's not afraid. He goes up to even to just individual routes. If he doesn't like how something's going, or he does like how something's going, like he's like, I'm not making things up when I say he's constantly in Jalen Waddle's ear. He's always over to Matt Collins. Like I would say he's over with the veteran receivers like Fuller and Parker. They're never playing. So I can only assume what he would tell them. That was the thing. Honestly, he said today there was no concern. It's like, okay, there's no concern, but it's not nothing. Like, they're not out there playing, and they're two guys that haven't been the healthiest in their career. So while I get it, he's not worried. Tua's not worried about not having chemistry issues with them. What makes me worried is, these are guys that have had a lot of injury problems always in their career. So, that doesn't make me feel too good. That makes me feel that makes me a little bit nervous. Miami, love you and Leroy's collab. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Myth Merc is drinking. Having a good time. Let's see. Got a great idea for a perfect t-shirt. Front coach philosophy picture. Flow back. Takes no talent. I like it. I like it. It's a good shirt, man. That's a good shirt. Beast in the Ice Tub was great. Definitely one of my favorites. The giant margarita bath. This is a good question. Whose face would you like to see you demush before he retires? That's a good question. Joakim Noah's out of the league. Man, who I would. Man, no, not LeBron, not Carmelo, not Dwight. He already did Dwight Howard. Man, Rudy Gobert. Got to be Rudy Gobert. Love to see either Rudy or Joel. Like him just going after one of those two. Like, just like, F it, we're going in, and I think those would be the guys. Like Rudy Gobert, Joel Embiid, or Ben Simmons would be fun too. But I don't feel like UD would waste his time with Ben Simmons. He's like, look at him, he's a mope. I won't do it. Apples is sorry that he's late to the live. It's okay. Let's see. Great answer by he already ended Taj Gibson. What do you think about Taj Gibson? I wonder who Nick Friedel is going to be covering this year. Did you guys see the Draymond Green Kevin Durant interview where they talked about the great altercation? I got to say, the big thing that came out of it was a lot of blame on Bob Myers and Steve Kerr for the way they handled it. And like the fact that Kevin Durant's point was, we should have just talked it out. They thought, they're just going to discipline and it's just going to disappear. Here's a couple things to that though. Okay. And I remember this whole thing. Like, I took Draymond's side on this. I remember we had a great heated debate on this because I was saying, like, Draymond Green is essentially Warriors culture. Like, he is the heartbeat of that team. Like, he has the authority to go at Kevin Durant, who's been here and kind of coattail ride. I know he's, at the time was maybe the best player in the world. But like, he's got, Draymond Green had the street cred to go at Kevin Durant. That's fine. And I believe the thing that was like holding over was, maybe he wasn't going to stay with the Warriors. And that was apparently like bubbling underneath the surface. I find it to be kind of garbage that those guys are now throwing the blame on Kevin Durant leaving on Steve Kerr and Bob Myers. Like, it's always such an easy cop-out because like he's sitting there doing the interview and you're saying, what are you going to do? You say, yeah, actually, Draymond, it was your fault. Because it kind of like, it's not Steve. Is it Steve Kerr's fault that Draymond Green blew up at you? Is it Steve Kerr's fault that you were being super shady about your future, or Bob Myers' fault? Like, I don't think so. So I thought that was kind of lame from both of those guys to like throw the coach and the GM under the bus. Like, they just handled it wrong. It's like, what? Let me get this straight. So the way they handled it was supposed to fix Burner Boy's feelings and was supposed to make Draymond Green a cooler head than real. And like Draymond Green got upset because they suspended him for a game, which I don't even remember him getting suspended for a game. That is kind of stupid, but like the big point of it was from Kevin Durant that, oh, we never just talk these things out. Who's to say you can't talk it out? Like, why can't you get into the locker room whenever you're done talking and talk it out amongst everybody? No one's stopping you. Nobody's stopping Draymond Green or anybody else from talking about it with anybody else. So the idea that you're just throwing it on the GM and just, it's like the same, you know what it goes back to, like LeBron, right? And like, oh, he left because Mike Miller got amnesty. It's like, I'm sure he was annoyed by it, but it's like, that's not the reason you left. Like, you left because Nike wanted you to go to Cleveland and be popular and sell a bunch of shoes. And, you know, like, you did all you could kind of do in Miami. Like, we think that this is going to be a legacy changer if you go win in Cleveland. Like, but we can't say that. So we say things like, oh, Mike Miller getting amnestied was the reason. Huh? Really? Oh, Mike Miller, who was playing like 3 games a season, that's the reason? Get the hell out of here. So, I don't know. Weird. Somebody says, I want Tobin's shirt. Yeah, go check out my guy, Parks and Rec, on Instagram. Parks and Rec. He's a local guy, local artist. He did the UD picture up here. My guy Alejandro did the Macho Marlins man painting, and he makes really cool t-shirts. He's got, especially his Kane stuff. His Kane stuff's really top notch. So go check him. It's let me give you his Instagram, because he spells it with a W, I believe. So peep that if you guys can see that. My new webcam's a little bit wonky when it comes to putting up the Instagram phone, but there you go. Check him out. Parks and Rec, WRECKCO. He makes their gear. He makes the stuff. He's cool. Myth Merc says Tobin's got loose last time, trying to be a good boy now. It's not that I'm trying to be a good boy. I just super, like, you know, I've been on a bit of a marathon this week, Myth. So I feel, and if I'm honest, I got a little bit loosey goosey last night. Like you know, the wife and I, we got into, we were a couple of winos last night. So I didn't want to, you know, I'm old and washed. I can't do back-to-backs like I used to. I got to be on a maintenance program. So I had to, so that's why I'm rocking the Celsius tonight. Danny Ainge has a mushable face. Agreed. Riley would still mush him in the face if he walked right in there. Wouldn't take either guy in the Heat, am I right? You talking about Durant and Draymond? I would take either one of those guys on the Heat. I wouldn't take Draymond at a max contract. Like, I'd be a little bit iffy on that. Although we did just give $90 million to Kyle Lowry. So, you know, NBA, that's how it goes. Everybody gets a max these days. Now, I was stunned to see a guy like Marcus Smart like only get $77 million. I was like, huh? That seems kind of reasonable. That seems about what Marcus Smart should make in this NBA. I was expecting him to make $177 million, you know? And it's like, listen, I'm happy for everybody making money, but like, you know, some of the guys who get maxes, I'm like, really? Huh? It's crazy. Yeah, 90 million is the new 40 million. 100%. Yeah, like everybody's just making like just crazy. And it's going to go up even more, you know? Like, if you're Udonis Haslem, why am I sticking around? The league minimum is going to be $4 million in 2 years. Of course I'm sticking around. Trying to get my piece of the Heat, son. Who could blame him? Who could blame him? Apples. KZ showing signs of greatness sometimes, for the most part. Very inconsistent. Yeah, he had a good last game in summer league. But he didn't. They sat a lot of guys in that one, so it was kind of like I almost, you know, who was going to be the feature guy? It was going to be KZ Okpala. But yeah, man, I mean, listen, everybody raves about the dude's talent. It's just about him putting it together. You know, on a much lesser scale, we did a lot of this with Justice Winslow. You know, Justice is a better player, but like people got there was a part of the fan base down here that got crazy with Justice. They're like, oh my God, Justice Winslow is like an all-star in the making. And it's just like, he might just be a really good role player when healthy. So I think there's a lot of that. Like KZ, he's kind of like the indie band version of that, where like people were super excited about KZ and thought KZ was the truth. And, Wise and Spo playing KZ. But, I think this is probably part of the reason you don't see most of KZ with this team. But he is also still young. So best thing Justice ever did was stomp on Embiid's mask. Yep, best series for him. Showed a lot of guts in that series as far as like attitude. Kelly O worth every penny. I would pay Kelly Olynyk $36 million to not be on my team. I'm glad. That was another one. Oh, Kelly Olynyk's not here. It's like, oh, really? When did we all miss watching Kelly Olynyk play basketball? That's a funny one. What is the worst take Leroy's ever had? Jeez, I'd have to think about that one. He's had some doozies. Rose. Let me see if I can rattle that one around my brain a little bit. Let's see. Is Gabe going to be the backup point guard for the team? I think he'll probably have more responsibility. I don't think he's going to be like I think the main guy who's going to be featured as the backup, like ball handler, scorer, go-to guy in the backcourt is going to be Tyler. So, a Tyler Gabe backcourt, it's a little bit heavy, but like you're hoping Tyler Hero does takes a leap and really take full control of that like Dragic role. Because the starting line is pretty much set. It's Lowry, Jimmy, Bam, Dunks, and then Marquis for PJ, whatever, whoever's going to be at your four there. And then, those two guys coming off for the backcourt, and Tyler, like you're expecting a leap out of, like they talk him up like this. Let's go. Can you please tell Salon to stop posting IG rehab videos like he's coming back to get a purple from my rack? I haven't even seen these, dude. I don't know what you're doing. Is he posting them on his story? Let me see. I'll give let me see. Solana, what does he got? Solana on his stories. Oh yeah, look at that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm seeing video right now of Solana squatting with rubber bands. Oh man. Wow. He's got the whole thing going there, huh? Wow. Solana's getting after it. It really does need he needs like some montage music on this too. Making himself come all the way back. It's like him and Derrick Rose, the two comebacks. I miss Robbie. I miss Robbie too. I love Robbie. We love Robbie to death. The best. So let's see. Do you think that Oladipo is a steal for the minimum? I like that they brought him back. I mean, that's another part of the equation of him being in the backcourt. Like, if he's going to be ready by February, it's gonna be a pretty good, pickup for your backcourt. But obviously, relying and hoping that Oladipo is going to be healthy, it's a bit of a roll of the dice, love. It's a bit of a roll of the dice. What happened around? Robbie got a new gig. He left on super great terms. But he got a gig. He got a gig in television production. So that was it. Gave us his 2 weeks notice, and he was out. That was that. Let's see. What else we got? What else? Dolphin Kings. That's Solana or Tua. Big time. Let's see. Chase, why not just make UD a coach? He doesn't want to coach. I don't know how many more times he can say that. He doesn't want to coach. Doesn't want to coach. He doesn't want to wear a suit. He wants to be a player. He wants to be in the locker room. And you should just do right by him. I don't understand this, why don't you just go coach? He doesn't want to. How many times can the guy just say it? And then still waiting for like the 15th guy. Oh my God, the Heat are going to be sunk because they don't have a backup point guard. We need to have Isaiah Thomas, who's been kicking around the league now, and maybe he'll go back to what he was in 2016. We need him on the team rather than a guy who's meant so much to the franchise, and do right by him. You're just not going to convince me of it. I can't be sold on this one. I'm sorry. You must take these arguments elsewhere. You can have your argument. You can have your disagreement of the side of it. I won't hear them. I won't listen to them because I'm stuck in my ways here. I want Udonis Haslem on the Heat for as long as he pleases. And that's that. And I'm not going to be bothered by the fact that we don't have Dexter Pittman at the end of or Terrell Harris at the end of the bench, or Justin Hamilton at the end of the bench. These are the great Mo Harkless. Oh my God, we don't have Mo Harkless here. What are we gonna do? What about Mo? What about Mo Harkless? How many guys? Bielitsa. What if we could bring him back? You don't play that many guys in the NBA. Why is this such a big deal? So strange to me. Let's see. Who is more of a bum? Brad Stevens, Adam Gase, or the Indiana Pacers? You're coming strong, Game Boy. Wow. Top bum has to go to Adam Gase. Wow. Brad Stevens or the Pacers. Both talked a lot of shit. Man. I'm going to go Indiana Pacers. Indiana Pacers, number 2. I rank Brad Stevens 3rd in the bum power rankings because you want to know why? This is why. Brad Stevens realized he ain't cut out for it. And so, in a way, is almost self-bum acknowledgement. Ergo, puts you a little bit lower in the bum rankings for a little bit of self-awareness. The Pacers, they fancy themselves a great franchise. You know, there was one thing with watching this Malice at the Palace. They're very, very full of themselves for what that team was going to be for like 5 games into the season. I was like, slow your roll, dude. A bit much, Steven Jackson, about, we were going to win the championship. A bit much. So I think this delusion with Indiana has been there the entire time. And so for longevity and still just overall lack of awareness, I will put the bum rankings from the 3 that Game Boy 305 has given us at Adam Gase, numero uno, number 2, Indiana Pacers, and Brad Stevens at number 3. Those are my bum rankings. Speaking of that documentary, Ben Wallace did not age well. I thought he looked fine. Deep voice, Ben Wallace. He's got a narrator's voice. He was like speaking. I was like, ooh, that dude commands a room. Ben Wallace, badass, complete badass. But yeah, it was just like, and God, I find Reggie Miller to be I am not a Reggie Miller fan as a broadcaster. But man, I mean, such a badass player. I mean, a sniper. But like when he opens that mouth, I'm just like, what the hell? So, yeah, I don't know. Good doc. Honestly, the guy I felt worst for in Mouse the House was Jermaine O'Neal by far. I almost felt bad for all my bad feelings of him on the Heat because I was like, man, this guy really does feel like he was shaken by that whole thing, and we got a shell of that down here in Miami when they brought in Jermaine O'Neal. Oof, he was terrible in the playoffs. Woo! But I still felt bad for him. I felt bad for him. You could tell he was really carrying that stuff with him. David Allen says, Ben Wallace has nothing on Hello, Wallace. That's a Sid Rosenberg reference. DA and I, we really became close when we were both working, doing a bunch of shows, usually filling in for Andy King and Mark Marchant on the Sid Rosenberg show. And Sid was a character to work for. He was like, he would just come in, he'd smack you in the face with his fingers. And then, would just be like, he goes, are you smoking the hookah, bro? I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Very interesting character. Very interesting character, but very talented doing a radio show. Very talented. You nervous, bro? Yeah, you'd be like, you nervous, bro? You look nervous. I'm like, I look nervous? What are you talking, Sid? What are you talking about? What are you watching with the wifey these days? What are we watching? Well, I mean, I've been watching I watched a lot of crap reality TV with her because that's what she really, really likes to watch. So I've watched like anything that's been on like Netflix or Hulu that they got, like Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle, and even like ones that aren't even new anymore. It's what was the one we just watched? Are You the One? We watched like a marathon of that because a lot of times I'm like typing up my stuff for the next day, so I just let her watch whatever she wants. I just want to hang out with her, but man, these people are just so dumb, so dumb. And as far as like good stuff, I got to finish still season 3 of Yellowstone. I'm watching that. I wanted to watch the show The Outer Banks that came back because I liked the first season of it, and it's on Netflix. And I don't know. I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like the story should have just ended. I think it should have been over after a season. So I haven't been able to get back into that. Watched Dave, loved it. Dave has been fantastic. And then we watched the Cocaine Cowboys thing last week too. Apples, you got so much hate for saying Bam is better than Tatum. Listen, they hate the truth. That's what it comes down to. I don't know what to tell you. That blocks for life. Have you seen the Ozarks? I have seen the Ozark. Great show. We were talking about it a little bit. It was really, really it was a really, really good show. One of the best first episodes I think ever in television, and a tremendous first season. Have you watched Yep, I watched both of those, Trevor. I watched the Woodstock 99. The Woodstock 99, though, I felt like it was trying to be a little bit too deep. And I felt like it was just trying to be like way too intellectual for what it was. You know what it felt like to me, because it was produced by Bill Simmons. It felt like to me like Bill Simmons was looking for the meaning to his life. Like, it's because I like Limp Bizkit, for the nookie, so you can get that cookie. Larry Bird's the greatest. Like, he was looking for insights. I was like, is this really this deep? So I saw that one. Class Action Park, that was really, really good. Really, really good. But the Woodstock thing, they honestly they like try to make so much out of the interviews, and honestly, and all the people going deep on it. And honestly, I think for a documentary like that, not that I'm a filmmaker, but I feel like the big sell there is just the crazy ass footage that you just have and all the stories. Like, those were that was the wild stuff. That to me was the wild stuff of that documentary. Have I seen Ted Lasso? I assume you mean? No, I did not see I've not seen Ted Lasso. I don't have Apple. I know everybody raves about it. So I'll try. Do I like how the Jaguars have looked so far in pressure to Trevor Lawrence? It really was kind of a tough game. They gave him they treated him like the one thing I was annoyed with is they treated him like a 5-year starter. Like they're like, was it like a drive and a half, Trevor? You're good. Get out. We'll put Minshew out here. I was like, really? That's it? That's all we get? So it was fine. Our line looks terrible. There's so many bad offensive lines around the league. Yeah. Tua, I mean, like, man. I'll tell you one thing, today was my first time seeing Tua in person and like closely since the Super Bowl, since Radio Row. And they got to protect him, man. He's not a big fella. Definitely looks like he's been doing leg days. That's for sure. How do you manage your sleep schedule with the show early and games late? Well, it was super easy during the pandemic because I would just roll out of bed and come do the show. But I don't know, man. People always ask me about the sleep highlight. It's not. I don't watch every Marlins game anymore, so like I don't, unless the Marlins were good throughout the season and I'd have to every single night staying up until 11:30, maybe that would burn me out. But like the Heat, they play like 2 weekdays a night. You're up late those days, you make it up on the next day. I know that some people say that's not good for you. I would say the damage is done with my life as far as that's been concerned, because I've been getting up at this time now for 8 years. So, I'll have to make it on the back end somewhere else. Is Leroy ever coming back to the studio? Dude, I don't know. It's not a Leroy thing, that's for sure. Like, it's about getting stuff installed in our studio. And, if like Myth Merc, if I was a little bit more loosey-goosey and I was on some alcohol, I'd probably be a little bit more loose lips and want to hose people down over it. Thankfully, I'm stone cold sober right now. So I'm just going to refrain from that for now. And maybe we'll hose people down next week on it. But I felt like if I really went into that, and again, this has nothing to do with Leroy. If I really went into all the stuff that's getting delayed there, I would say things that I wouldn't be able to take back. And I don't want to do that. Let's see. You go to the studio tomorrow, but more importantly, I'm going to the studio tomorrow. I'm not going to go to joint practice. I do have to stop at the facility to do something for the Dolphins, but I'm not staying for the whole practice tomorrow because I got some other stuff that I got to take care of. But I was there today. I was there for the first day. And it was good. It was so much better. I tell you what, man, the practice today, the joint practice, so much. It was one of the best practices that I've been to because, they're like actually, getting after it. There's, nobody wants to get embarrassed. So like you can tell like guys were really, really trying pretty hard. The practice I went to on Tuesday, what a waste of time for me to go to that because it was just like walkthroughs, situational. They were doing it at the far end of the field. I was just like, man, this was not the practice to come to. This was not. But today was fun. Today was fun. Lou, is it me or is everybody overreacted to him as amazing how amazing Field is? Dude, I think that's just Chicago thirst. I got to be honest with you. I think that's what that is. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, he came out great second half by him, fantastic, but you're taking on like, second and third teamers after, you're taking on, half of the first teamers, second teamers, and you're getting shut down in the first half of it. I thought they got a little bit too crazy. Now, that doesn't mean I don't think Justin Fields is going to be good. I do think Justin Fields is going to be a good quarterback. But I'm with you. I felt like, man, we're going crazy. But I felt like this was a weekend, and maybe they do this every year. I don't know. I may be living in the moment, but I felt like we were jonesing, like especially jonesing for a little bit of football, and I felt like with maybe because there's only 3 preseason games, people were going crazy with the rookie quarterbacks. Everybody was getting evaluated. You know, so I don't know. I think that probably has something to do with it as well. Let's see. Ramona. Hi, Tobin. Hello, Ramona. Thank you for joining the chat. Let's see. Why do you think Jimmy's 3-point shot has dropped off since joining the Heat? I don't really have a good answer for that, dude. I don't know. I really, really don't know. I don't have a good answer on that. It hasn't been good though. The numbers certainly have been worrisome, and especially because he beats up that body to get to the line as much as he does. Which, you're hopeful that having a guy like Kyle this year, and I think it's probably also important for Bam to uptick it a little bit too. Really just, I don't want to take credit away from the Bucks, but Jimmy just looked like a worn out guy by the end of it. Stunk up the joint too. I'm not going to just say it was complete fatigue. I mean, he was not good, but I think that this will certainly help in preserving having a guy like Kyle and putting more of the regular season reins over to Bam too. Does Yurt look like a consistent starter? Not off the bat, but I think he looks damn good. I think he looks damn good. I think that Big Yurt's got something. And look, people laugh about Summer League, but I think that Heat fans and the Heat have been pretty on with like the guys that they think shine in Summer League. They've kind of translated to being contributors. Like Duncan looked like a dominant force in Summer League. Kendrick Nunn looked like a dominant force in the Summer League. Tyler Johnson, same thing. Like these guys were all rotational players for them. So consistent starter, I think that's, I wouldn't say he's going to be playing starter minutes, but could I see Big Yurt having a significant role with the team? Yeah, I don't think it's crazy. Dude's big. Dude's got skills. You're going to talk about a limited role where he can kind of just plug in. He can hit open threes and things like that. Yeah, I could definitely see that from Big Yurt. Let's see. Let's see. Spike says that Yurt's going to be Myers 2.0. I don't think so, man. Because I think that Myers was very stiff as a player. Very stiff as a player. I feel like I don't know. I know it's against G League. I know it's like G League or Summer League. I feel like Yurt moves better. Looks way more confident shooting. I like, Myers was efficient as a shooter, but he wasn't fluid as a shooter, at least not here. I mean, maybe he was in Portland. I didn't stay up watching a lot of Myers Leonard in Portland, but I feel like Yurt's got, confidence in his stroke, got confidence in his offensive moves. Like, I don't think he's, I don't know. I don't, just because they're 7 foot, I don't see it. I had faith in KZ, but he just won't deliver. Well, look, man, don't count him out yet. He's still got a season. It was just Summer League, Maybe he'll bounce back. Y'all need to stop with your expectations so high. Remember what you did to Tyler the moment that he got a slump. You all wanted to trade him. Fanboyism at his peak. Yeah, welcome to sports, Garner. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Do you want a tour? Do you want a guide around sports? Let me know. We have when they come at the top of every hour. We can just take you at a guide. We'll take you to the rides, the attractions, the cafeteria. Welcome to sports. Kevin, who do you think Masvidal is going to fight next? If I had to guess just off the top of my head, I would say probably Leon Edwards. I know he did an interview with Helwani today, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, so I don't know if maybe he said something. Let me check MMA fighting real quick. Maybe he did. But if I had to guess off the top of my head, I'd say Leon Edwards. That one seems to make the most sense. Leon's looking for a high-profile fight. And if George wins that fight, it's if George wins that fight, he's not going to fight Kamaru again because Kamaru's rocked him twice now. But if somehow Colby ends up winning, then he's back in the mix. Now, I think Kamaru deserves an immediate rematch if Colby were to beat Kamaru. But if he beats Leon Edwards, it's a credible top contender win. So I think it makes sense for him to fight him. I don't really know what else makes sense for him. There was the Nick Diaz thing was out there. Okay. But I think the Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler makes a lot more sense. I don't really know. I mean, him versus Colby's a big fight, but I think he needs a fight to get back to the title. And if Colby ends up beating Kamaru, which I don't think that he will, but if he does, it's MMA. If he does, then he needs a credible win. What else? Love Gasecki and Tua. It's their time to shine. I like that connection too, man. Those guys got some good chemistry. Tell Gasecki, he put up a front for the old man Fitzpatrick. He's very polite to that senior citizen. He likes Tua better. I just got the feeling. Would you still trade Tua for Watson? I mean, look, dude, if it was in a vacuum, if you're just talking about the players, yeah. I mean, I was talking about trading for Deshaun Watson back when he was subtweeting because they were trading they were going to trade Hopkins, and I was like, would you trade 4 first-round picks for him? And everybody thought I was an a-hole for that. But then the next year they're like, oh, I'll trade 3 for him and Tua. If it was in a vacuum, yeah. I mean, his talent, yeah. But the problem is he's got some real creepy stuff that seems to be very, very much there. You have no idea if he's going to be able to play football. And if he is able to play football this year, you certainly don't know if he's going to play football next year. So I just don't know how anybody could trade for him right now. I don't know how I just don't know how you could do it. I really, really don't. Let's see. Would you want to buy out Patrick Beverly if we had the opportunity? Solid 3D player. You're late to the show, Kerner. I covered Patrick Beverly. I don't want him. I don't like Patrick Beverly. I don't care if he was the one that got away from the Heat. I'm not a fan of his. He's all bark, no bite, and a pain in the ass. He talked all that bleep about being on the Clippers. They couldn't wait to get rid of him. Then the next team couldn't wait to get rid of him. I'm not in on Patrick Beverly. Let's see. Robert, that Gasecki needs to get an extension. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree. Can the Canes beat Bama? And Kirk Herbstreit this week, he said that De'Ara King could be the face of the league, of the sport. And if he beat Bama, he would be the face of the sport. That'd be kind of awesome. But then he's also like, yeah, but this is the best defense. But I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about them having some mauling running back who's 6'4", some Derrick Henry clone that's going to run for 400 yards against the Canes. That's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the Canes being able to score. I think the Canes can get some points. De'Aaron King can move it. You know, we got some better skill guys this year. You know, I like my guy, the ice truck, Cam Aaron Harris, which, by the way, I got a special question in, and this is from Stunt Steve. And he says, question for your Twitch live stream. Did you figure out Cameron Harris's nickname? I got very mad at Stunt Steve, and I love Stunt Steve. Okay. But I got very mad at him because he thinks I'm a kook. He said, and he's probably the biggest Canes fan I know. So this is why I went to him. You know, I would say Robbie, but Robbie's he's a hate-filled Canes fan. Like, Stunt Steve is like, you know, Canes fan, wears the starter jacket. Like, you know, I wouldn't call him a Canes bro because I think he's realistic and he has a great grasp of the team's history. He's just a respected Canes fan. So I go to him and said, hey, bro. And I say, is Cameron Harris the ice truck or the ice man? And he goes, I don't think it's either. I don't remember him having a nickname. And so I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. And I'm sorry, I hope Steve doesn't mind if I'm reading these texts, but it's nothing like heinous in here. So he goes, yeah, there was a famous coach in my high school coach named Tim Ice Harris, but I'm on board with calling him the ice truck. Now, I know Tim Ice Harris. I know that. I'm not confusing the legendary Tim Ice Harris for Cameron Harris. I could have swore he was called the ice truck. It's a very weird name for me to just come out of nowhere with. Someone's been calling him this. So I tell him, I can't be making this up. All right. Someone has to be calling him this. And now I'm shook. Stunt Steve tells me, yeah, I Googled Iceman and Ice Truck with his name. I didn't find anything. He goes, I just heard your segment, went back and listened to it in full. Let's make stuff up with the nickname. And so I'm telling him somebody calls him that. I need to find out from like Joe Z or Don Bailey Jr. Somebody is calling him either Iceman or Ice Truck. I did not come up with this out of nowhere. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Somebody is calling him this. So I don't know. Very weird. Very weird. Let's see what else we got. Get a couple more in here before we close it. Call it a day there. I don't know. I'm talking like this, Shame. Yeah. Do you think that Jimmy Butler was an overpay or on his extension, or is he worth it? I think that Jimmy Butler is worth the extension simply because literally everywhere Jimmy Butler has been disgruntled is because you haven't given him the extension. And that's, you know, we talk all this stuff about like Jimmy Butler being upset about, you know, teammates and Jimmy Butler being upset about culture. The biggest reason Jimmy Butler hasn't been happy in places is because they gave extensions and money to other guys on his teams, i.e. Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, and not him. And same thing with the Sixers and same with Tobias Harris. So, yeah, I think that if you didn't give him the extension, there's the very real case, like if things went awry, like, you know, it's going to be a thing again. And also, yeah, I mean, look, he's made all NBA both seasons that he's been here. It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome 2-year start to his career with the Miami Heat. So I absolutely think he is worth it. He's 31, going to be 32. He's not 34. He's not 35. So I'm fully on board with him getting it. Fully on board. Fully on board. Watching Dexter the Ice Truck Killer. That was a creepy guy, the Ice Truck Killer and Dexter. I'm telling you, I'm going to find this out about Cameron Harris. All right, everybody, I'm going to call for tonight. Just lost my train of thought. I'm going to call for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in for the Wednesday Night Live chat. Tune in tomorrow, 6 to 10 a.m. Every weekday, 6 to 10 a.m. You guys can do that on 790 The Ticket's Twitch page, as I know many of you do. 790 The Ticket. 6 to 10 a.m. every single morning live. 10 a.m. the show goes on demand, so if you're not an early bird, you can still get it to watch the show every single day. YouTube subscribers, all you guys, you're fantastic. We continue to put up clips. That's where we don't put up the full show there. We do put up clips. And you can also get like press conference stuff there, fight stuff there, all that great stuff. So check it on out there. And what else? Odyssey app, AUDACY. Please subscribe. Download that. That does wonders supporting us, supporting the show. So if you guys could do that, subscribe to the podcast. That always does wonders for us. You know, it's all free, but you know, makes us look good to the bosses, the higher ups, all that type of stuff. So if you guys do like the show and you do tune in every day, please subscribe to everything you could subscribe to. Would mean a ton to me. And we'll try and give you guys as much content, extra content as possible. That's why we do this on Wednesday nights. That's why I try and give you as much as I can. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support. I'm always humbled that you guys come in with your support, your questions, all that type of stuff. You guys are awesome. And talk to you 6 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. See ya.